and let me make sure I saved that. Okay, everything's saved. Cool beans. All right, let's have a little chat, everyone. Let me get some music on. Um. I know the perfect track for this. Let me go ahead and get it. Where is it? There it is. Head, why do you like that? Dude, Disney, I don't care. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, let's just chat for a bit, chat. So, I think the reason why I wanted to particularly chat is because, one, I think I just want to throw my mind out there a bit more in terms of YouTube content creation stuff, you know? For sure. I think that I've been working on some stuff, and hopefully you'll see it sometime soon. I might go up a little bit earlier. I'm still trying to figure out one. I guess like the flow of content and the workflow it's gonna do with getting that all out there at the current juncture. I think the hardest part, and I've talked about this a bit if you're here, or if I at all speak with you, is that it's just kind of well, here I might actually make this a short content, so I might actually play no music. So I'm sorry for the bare like raw talking here. But I used a lot of verbal tics. um, I think the hardest part I've been kind of gleaming recently is it's a very. I don't have my thingy selected. That's why. It's very hard to like pseudo get everything like kind of like going in an ample way, but I think in terms of everything, I really, I don't know why I'm speaking like this, because I'm really trying to figure out what I want to necessarily say in this matter of the speech, because it's like sometimes I tend to repeat myself a lot. So when I ultimately try to say this in a more public form, I end up sounding a little awkward because I'm just like out of practice. I'm also hella tired right now. I'm not gonna front. I am super tired. I have been getting the worst sleep, and unfortunately, we don't have much caffeine in the library today. But now what is it? It is definitely tricky thing about this is that how do I say this? I've been trying to get more eyes on me, I guess. And how do I discuss this? And it's just been really difficult because I've been doing this for like years now, and it's still like kind of like done that. And I think the problem is that I can't really compare it because the beginning of this, it was more and more like casual. I'm just streaming stuff. It don't matter too much. I'm not the best when interacting with chat sometimes, and I feel bad because how do I say this? When I'm streaming, I sometimes lose track of like chat, and like I want you to know there are times where it's like I've not replied to anyone who talked in chat, And the worst part is that they're on the same monitor as like my video game. They're the thing I'm streaming, and I'm like, oh, I completely missed that because I was so much looking at the game. And I think what kills me the most is that sometimes people will come into a moment in chat where it's like I'm really focused and dialed into the game, and then they're like, "Hi," and then uh, they just they take off. It's like, "Hi, oh cool, you're doing this." It's been like 4 minutes. So yeah, and I can't blame anyone for doing that. I think that's more than reasonable because like it can be annoying when it's like you're trying to interact with the streamer and they don't really like uh I guess recipient return the favor. I have a Porky Pig moment because I'm bad with words. um oh wow, I just did that to take a drink of water. It was me drinking water, but it's really unfortunate because it's like I do want to interact with chat more, and I want to interact with chat during streams because it can be fun, and I really like it. The issue is getting people to inherently, I guess, stick around for it. Um, but I think also like thing that gets me a little bit is that depending on what type, I feel weird because it's like anytime you're in the like content creation minds, you've been told, hey, you need to stick to like one thing because then people will go to you for this one thing, and it feels weird to me because it's like, okay, well, why don't I do this? And it's like, why not just do some stuff and see what happens, you know? And I guess it's like I'm throwing stuff against the wall, seeing what sticks. And the problem is that I don't want to become like, I don't mind becoming solo devoted for some stuff, but I think the problem that I run into a lot of the time when talking about this type of stuff is, how do I say it? I cannot keep doing this type of content always. I need to like have something else that I can do, and then I can do like maybe the populars thing. So like I think the thing constantly is that like, okay, what type of content do I want to make? Um and I just thought it was edited gameplay footages and have fun with them. And I think the problem that I ran into, especially nowadays, is I'll be sitting there and I'm like thinking about a bit I can do for a video, and the problem that I run into is with the new software that I use, I'm not as familiar with them, and it kind of hits a little bit hard to try to do that. Sorry, I'm kind of moving my headphones up. Believe it or not, I am a gamer who has headphones. Believe it or not, epic gamer moments. Mountain Dew, fuel for gamers. Mountain Dew is the gamer's choice of water. But besides me being a little bit random there, it is how do I describe this? Like, so I got some likes on my tweet out of my stream. Um, how do I say this? It hurts my soul because I can sometimes tell some of these people are bots, and it like kills me to my soul because they are just taking art from people sometimes and using it for their own like shillings, and it kills me on the inside because I really really don't like that. Not to say every one of you that likes my stuff is a bot, by the way. I hope none of you confuse that. If you are a real person, this is not directed at you. So if you like my stuff and you're real, cool, thank you. I that is the wrong thing. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Um, I do appreciate good feedback and when people get to see my stuff. I mean, I just when people get to see my stuff. I don't know. It's weird because it's like I'm not. It's not so much that it's like, oh hey, I'm gonna get big because people see my stuff. It's I kind of want people to see my stuff. It's weird because it's like the more people I have on it, I feel like the more it's either I can improve upon and learn like how to do stuff better and how what direction I can take. And I think that's kind of the hardest part is sometimes not having that because as much as I have my friends who I can rely on to do this stuff, there are times where I feel like certain things kind of make it impossible to get like the most accurate feedback, and no, it's just kind of hard. Not to say any of my friends who are here that's a problem with. But there are some friends that I do have where it's like I need some honest to god feedback. Or like why is it being a pain? There we go. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it looks good. And it's like, okay, well, I can kind of tell that it's like you're not like putting your ussy into it, but that's fine. I don't mean to make it like sound like that, but like it is kind of hard. I do think that one of the most things I've learned about being a VTuber is never harshly judge yourself for too much because what was it? I brought this up before. I watched a big streamer recently debut, and they had like several credits to people who worked on various things of theirs. And that made me feel a bit better with how I'm doing, I guess. How do I describe this? Because it might sound a little bit crappy, but it's like it made me feel like, oh, I'm doing okay. Because I'm kind of taking on a big like task by myself. And it doesn't make me necessarily better than them. By no means. It does not make me better. But it does make me feel better that it's like, oh, I'm doing fine, you know? And I feel like it's important to kind of realize, hey, I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay for myself here. And, you know, that's the ultimate thing I kind of gauge myself on is I guess it's like I feel better about being able to do things pretty all right. And you know it is kind of hard when how do I say this? Because I described this, and I'm trying to pick the right words to use here because this is going to be a more public setting. And when I'm talking to friends, I don't sound insane because they kind of get what I mean. But you know, people who don't understand me don't know what I mean. It's like I'm when I look up at the upper echelon of like popular content creators. It's like I'm watching like this like high end like big people make it big and they keep doing numbers, man. And then I'm like at like the bottom of like the mountain and I just look to my left and see the billions of other people trying to make it to the top. And I'm like, oh boy, do I got what it takes? And it's hard because it's like, how do I describe this? Inherently it sounds like I'm like trying like that's the main motive of me like making content, which it's not it like I think the it is a motive for doing it as much as I do, but it's not a motive to do it, more or less. Like if this was like, okay, well, I don't need to necessarily like I can't necessarily make it to the top, so I'm just going to take it a bit more casually and more slowly, then at that point it's fine. And it's really weird because it's like as much as I would really love to get big, there's also like an anxiety about it where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, I can get comfortably big, and then there's like massive, and I'm like, man, man, I have a bunch of eyes on me now, but it's weird. Uh, I do think that personally for me, I really do enjoy just speaking my mind. in just talking about stuff, just personal to me. And it feels nice, and it's weird because it's like there are some more topics that I would like to discuss, but like, how do I say this? I don't want to inherently like talk about like, I guess, like drama stuff, but like more personal stuff to me. But I don't want to make it like sad boy hours, you know? I don't want it to be like so when I went to school, Larry was waiting for me and he ate my bionicle and I cried all day, but like um and more along the lines of like, just speaking my mind, trying to talk about things, be more, I guess, productive in how I speak. Because like I it kills me because it's like I'm like, yeah, I can go up there and speak, and then I speak, and then I'm like, yo, what was that speaking attempt there? Hold up, Joshua, what were you doing right there? You were like you were like all over the place. You went to like tangent 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then came back to a 1, 3, 4 again, but then forgot 4. What's up with that? And the answer is that I kind of accidentally word vomit a little bit. I hate that term, but it's very accurate to what I'm doing. Uh, so I end up word vomiting, losing track of what I was talking about in the process that I was, and I think I should probably work on that for sure. Yeah, can I be honest? I'm so tired. I forgot what led me to this talk right there. But no, I do think personally for me, it's a bit hard to not do that. I don't know. It's really weird. To best describe it, it is like my brain has so much it wants to say, but like it comes out all at once, and it becomes an issue, and it's like I can't like get it out, and it's like I have a nasty habit of starting something new because it's like, oh, this reminds me of this thing, then this thing, 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 and it's like nothing broke, but uh it is just my mind flip flopping, and it tends to do it horribly. Ah, sorry, my hair got stuck in my glasses. I should get glasses to my model. Ugh. But yeah, I think that personally for me, I do miss kind of. It's so weird because it's like I'm not trying to be like others. And it feels really, really weird because, how do I say this? I inherently do take a lot of inspiration, but it's like I'm trying to also be my own unique self in the process. And I've talked about this where it's like it's sometimes hard because you see what works and you see what's funny, and it's like you try to imitate what's funny and it doesn't work out because that's not necessarily the brand of humor you may be exactly like, or alternatively you are, I really hope what I just pressed did not affect OBS. That'd be really crazy. I just it just kind of like stretches you a little, and you just become like a kind of a pseudo ripoff. And that's kind of the thing that happens is that, well, someone can put a twist on someone's like typical content and be it their own thing. Um, Nor do I think maybe some content creators really care, because sometimes some content creators, it's like, whatever, you know. But I do think it kind of messes with me a bit because how do I say this? I I do in fact feel like I have a unique sense of it, like a humor and brand that I have. The issue that I kind of get is going to express it because it's it can be really worrying being like your more natural self. And I remember last night there was like two bits that I had recorded, and I had just thrown them out, just completely, just like just like they're gone, thrown out, no, not coming back, completely gone. And it kills me because I spent some time doing it and I had fun doing it, but then when I watched it back, I was like, how am I gonna turn this into something enjoyable? And it's like, am I thinking like, is it gonna be enjoyable for me, or is it gonna be enjoyable for others? And I think ultimately I land on, it's like, this isn't enjoyable for me. This isn't like a piece of content that I wanted to watch. And let me tell you, also switching to YouTube Shorts instead of like long form VOD edits is harder than I anticipated. I had underestimated that thing way too much, and it frankly just kills me on the inside. You know, like I'm just like, oh, I did not realize that this would be harder because short form content, shorter. Like instead of, whoa, it's oh. But then I was editing it and I'm like, I don't have a narrative through line here. What's up with this? And it's weird because it's like, okay, well, when I edited VODs, it's like, okay, this is part 1, part 2, part 3. Sorry, here, part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4, and then the finale. Just to give an example. And the issue that I kind of run into is that when that comes up, I'm like, and through putting it in short format, it's like I'm editing just the shorts and putting them together, or not putting them right there. And I feel like that if I were to edit like a narrative through line, it's like I have to edit the entire VOD. And I'm really not trying to do that again, because I when I do that, it ends up being the worst. Or not the worst. It just, it feels awkward. And not to say that it's like, I think what I need, I think it's still like I'm gonna embrace like throwing stuff out there, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I can take constructive criticism about it. Like, I mean, like, I'm sure someone who's more familiar with 3D modeling will look at the rig and go, Joshua, your rig's like severely messed up. And the answer is yeah, I know. I completely get you. And the issue is how do I say this? I'm a person with zero budget, nothing, nada. Trying to create a circle with my hand. Imagine I'm holding a 0 here. So like I'm working with that. That's the best I'm working with. But it's just really weird. I do think that personally for me, the reason why I do this is because I'm a very shy individual, very very shy, very soft spoken. Believe it or not, if you see like some of the content warning stuff and some of the stuff I edit, it's like Joshua, you're quiet. What? I'm shocked. You're a loud rowdy man on stream, and it's like, yeah, I am. I'm actually a very quiet guy in person. And the reason why I'm very quiet is because very awkward, I guess. Awkward makes me sound weird. It's that I don't maybe necessarily engage as much as I should have. But yeah, I guess also a big thing also too is I'm very much a very critical person about myself, and myself exclusively. And it has to do this where I do a nasty habit where I do compare myself to other people, and I shouldn't do that. And it's never to like, I guess like feel better, even though the earlier story I brought up how it's like, oh, this big VTuber and they had all this help, and it made it, the reason why it made me feel better about myself isn't necessarily because it's like, oh, I'm comparing. I guess maybe to say it's not like I'm comparing them directly to them. It's that I see this like nicely presented VTuber setup, and I realize how many like people worked on it and how much if you combine that into one person, it's a lot for one person, and it made me go like, oh, relatively speaking, I did okay. Like I'm gonna be real. This model is the first humanoid model I've ever made. I had used I put credits there. I used another model for like proportion references, but this design is one I was very much, well. I mean, like you can tell what I was inspired by, but it's it is a design that I came up with and I kept it simple. And it's weird because it emulates the style that I was going for, which is that I wanted to go for like a weird like cell shaded VTuber type of deal. I wanted to go for like a Wind Waker esque design, not design, but like as graphical presentation of the 3D model. Like I wanted to do a cell shaded VTuber, and I feel like I'm proud of myself because I feel like I did it. I feel like I nailed it. The rigging's not perfect, but I did it. Like it feels good, and it feels nice to have that work, and it makes me feel good. But I small victories every so often. I recently had someone, I got a new subscriber, and some of the views on my stuff have been going up, and it's like, oh, this is nice. Even though it's like a 24-person increase, it's not big YouTube banger numbers, but it feels good, and I guess maybe I should try promoting that more, because I do like that feeling of, feeling necessarily. I guess it's like I want to feel good about myself, and I think I'm doing kind of all right. How long has the stream been going? Actually, I'm actually relatively curious. I don't see a recording thing. I've been going for like half hour. I guess we'll chat a little bit more. So, I will say that I do want to make shorter form content. I don't know in what aspect, because it's like I think it's like I want to put bad set stuff out there, and I think the issue that I run into is I tend to have a nasty habit of I feel like I'm just copying someone. Like I had this idea where it's like, oh, what did I upload like random clips of myself saying like off kiltered stuff, and it's like, oh well, someone already kind of does that, except they don't do it. It's a clipper of theirs. I also don't. How do I say this? I recently watched a YouTube clip where I was watching someone, and well, I assume this is probably fine. I was watching. Let me make sure. Let me get their thing. Yeah, I was watching a Sea Dog VA clip recently about their experience cosplaying at the Honkai Star Rail thing. Really cool cosplay, by the way. On the point with that character. I'm not the biggest fan of Honkai Star Rail designs, but it was a really good cosplay. I feel weird because it's like I don't like to bring up other like content creators' names, and it's not because it's like I pressed the button. I don't want to be compared to them because I'm gonna be original and I'm gonna be cool and I'm radical. No one can touch me. I am immortal. And the matter of fact is that I don't know if it's okay to bring them up. For context, when I was initially learning about VTuberisms, I was told that a lot of VTubers don't bring up other VTubers because it's considered taboo. And I'm like, oh, is that like still a thing? And I know some aren't. I don't think like big VTubers won't mind if I bring them up in positive lights. I mean, like if I went up here and went like, I think personally that Jerma came over and ate my soul. I don't think if Jerma saw that, he'd be like, well, how dare you? I would never eat anyone's soul. Unless it's jokingly. I don't think he would mind me making a slight joke that is in fun taste. But it's like I'm also trying to be like balancing. Like I'm trying to be respectful to other content creators. Um, and it's kind of hard because it's like I do watch people's stuff, and I think some people are cool, but I don't know if it's okay to bring them up. So that's always kind of hard for me. But yeah, that's just personally for me. Uh, Also for the fact I don't do much reaction content, and not to judge anyone that does, because it's like if you want to, if you guys want to do that, that's perfectly fine. I I feel weird about it because I'm like, yeah, I watched it and react. What if that video watch gets more views than the actual video? And I'm boy, that's me being sad. That's me being I'm like, what if I taken away stuff from them? It's that type of thing. Oh yes, that is Anthony Smosh back there. I like, it's funny. I was talking about that. I'm more than willing to talk about like Smosh and make jokes about Smosh because I watched them when I was younger. Um, it's just weird because it's like it's just very very much on me thing, but also I've been trying to also get over that. So maybe I might relinquish that if I feel a little bit more comfortable in doing this content stuff like this, because this is new to me, 100%, 100% new. But yeah, no, like I think I probably need to get a bit more comfortable in that aspect too. Also, how do I say this? I had a really funny Dark Souls stream the like previous week, and I had a moment when I was editing it, and all I was doing was just I'm just like at my PC looking at my monitor going, I edited some vine booms into this situation, but I don't. It's not really that funny. You get what I mean? But nah, it's just weird. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead and cap it there. We've been going for 2 hours. And this was a good, nice little chat at the library. Um, so some updates. I'm going to try to push out some videos or YouTube short content here soon because well, for one, I feel like due to recent social media faux pas, um, I think I might like to try and upload YouTube Shorts, see if that gets any traction. I'm gonna try to get at least maybe. I think I want to. I said I'll do the bare minimum of maybe like one short a week, and I think I'm still committed to that. But I might up increase the tick of volume of them if I decide that I'm gonna slowly focus on editing stuff like that and keep like the like the blender stuff kind of like in the in between, like I do small stuff in for the YouTube shorts. But that's the plan. I don't know why I turned into Shaggy for a moment. That was weird. But yeah, no. Remember, I think we'll end it here. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I had fun, kind of. I was mainly tired, very tired, because I don't sleep well. I sleep horribly. It is a massive problem, but apparently that's not uncommon. But other than my sleep deprived person delaying you any further, I'll let you go and leave this library and no longer read these books anymore. You know, I just kind of like left without saying bye, so I felt kind of bad. So I mean, goodbye. Also, there's Pikachu Man right there. He's trying to break in, but I've just, you know, I'm just sealed in here. Anyways, I'm gonna go bye bye everyone. Bye. Bye. Have a wonderful time. If you want some wisdom for the day, hold up. Actually, let me go look this up. So I don't know if there is a law, but you know, I don't think there's a law against killing someone's soul. So you could technically get away with spiritual murder, maybe. You can kill their soul, you just can't kill the body. You know, the police can't stop you. I think. As your trusted lawyer, you should trust me. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go bounce.